Do you want to learn how to 10x your income over the next 10 years? Well, if so, stay tuned to this video. Hey everyone, my name is Rafa Collazo, and welcome to Millennial Moment. In today's episode, I'd like to talk to you guys a little bit about goal setting. In a 1970 research study conducted by Harvard University, researchers asked Harvard MBA students one simple question: do you write down your goals? Of the students, 80% said they didn't write down their goals at all, 17% said they thought about their goals, but only 3% of students actually physically wrote down their goals and continually followed up on them. Now fast forward 20 years, and Harvard researchers now come back to these Harvard MBA students and try to learn a little bit about how they've done over the last 20 years. Now the 80% of people who didn't write down their goals, granted, did very well. I mean, if you go to Harvard and you get your MBA, you're probably going to do pretty well in life. However, the 17% of people who just thought about their goals were on average making 2 times more than the 80% of people who didn't write down their goals at all. And those 3% of people who wrote down their goals were making on average 10 times more than the other 97% combined. That's absolutely astonishing. Now, just because you write down your goals doesn't mean that you're going to immediately start making 10 times more than anyone else. I mean, that's just unrealistic. However, the act of writing down your goals puts them at the front of your mind. And therefore, you'll continually start moving and moving closer and closer to achieving that goal over an extended period of time. On top of writing down your goals, you should also tie metrics to those goals. Because you know what? Over time, you'll say, okay, I need to accomplish this amount every single day in order to achieve this particular goal. And as you start progressing over and over and over, you'll start to see tangible results. Now, to just give you a little bit of perspective of how that's actually worked in my life, is when I decided to write my first book, The Millennial Playbook, back in 2017. I wrote down a goal of writing 500 words every single day until I finished the book. Now, fast forward 1 month. It was very difficult to write, but I forced myself to write 500 words every single day. After 2 months, it became a lot easier to write those 500 words, and I eventually started writing 1,000 words a day. And by the 3rd month, I had already written 50,000 words, and I was already starting the process of actually refining that content in order to create the completed book that is now published today and that has received various reviews on Amazon and done very well for itself. But had I not tied metrics to it and written down that goal, it would have never been accomplished. Now, at the end of every video, I like to provide a little bit of actionable content that you guys can go back and utilize in your own life. Now, in this particular video, I want you to think about what goals you have for the year. You don't have any goals? Well, think about writing down your top 3 goals. And on top of that, tie some metrics to it. So just as I did when I wrote down my goal of writing my first book, I wrote that I wanted to write 500 words every single day. What's your goal? Make sure you have a metric tied to it. And periodically make sure that you're actually reaching those metrics that you've set for yourself. And I promise you, you'll achieve so much more than you'll ever thought possible in such a short amount of time. If you like the content of these videos, be sure to subscribe below, share the content with whoever else you think would actually gain value from these particular videos, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time.